I am Álvaro Morte, as you know, and I am performing Father Sal Tedeschi in this movie, which is who is a priest, is one of the main personalities in this kind of weird monastery. And actually, he is the one who's been in contact with Sister Cecilia, Sydney, and it's because of him that she could come from the States to this monastery. Let's say the Falsteski, as many of us, decided one path to walk, and then the life changed his thoughts about that, and he changed into something completely different. He was studying biology, and then he heard the call of God. And as he says in one of his lines, God showed him a path, and he drove him here to this place. Well, you know what? I think this character is one of those characters that allows you to create something full of layers, different layers. So I love when the audience has this challenge to know exactly how is this guy or how is not this guy. I think that they're gonna see many different sides or faces of Father Tedeschi, and that's a gift for an actor to be able to perform something or someone actually in terms of character that gives you those those possibilities to play around with the different things that the characters can offer to you. So yeah, I mean that's one of the things that helped me to decide if I want to be part of this project or not. I mean, of every project, if it's not a flat character. I mean, the arc that goes through the story, through all the plot in the movie, I think it's very big, and we begin with Father Tedeschi in this place, and we go through the movie to this completely opposite way, opposite side of the character, of his world, of his mind, of his behavior. So it's been very, very funny to perform Father Tedeschi. Well, luckily I have an amazing fandom, um, a fandom that I deeply love, because I know they love me as well, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna love to see this movie. What I'm doing is completely different to any other character that I made before, and I know they are so glad and excited when you can offer to them something completely different and new. I just think that they're gonna love it. Sydney is just amazing. Is an amazing actress. It's very comfortable to work with her. It's so funny to work with her. We are having fun and making jokes all the time until they say action, and you just jump into it. And it's also a funny thing because you can see the transformation of the monster in terms of she's being the actress in the set and she's having fun with you, and then someone comes to her like asking for some, she has to do some kind of decision as a producer, and she changed completely. Suddenly gets serious, is so focused on that, and I like this, I don't like this, whatever. She makes this decision. This guy goes away and get back to the jokes and whatever. So it's like, wow, what was that? She's amazing. I love working with her. She's so generous, made. She's so brilliant. She's so. I mean, is a perfect actress. that's the thing. I mean, for me, the movie is also, it's not just a horror movie. Of course, the people's gonna have the entertainment of a horror movie, you know, the tension and the thriller and you know, the fear, everything, all these ingredients of a horror movie. But a part of that, I think that we are talking about many other things, important things that matters to me, in terms of the control of relationships, you know, how to not let some people decide, you know, in their own lives, you know. Yeah, that's the funny thing of Father Tedeschi, you know, performing him is like he looks like something. And actually, I think he's honest when he's performing like that. He's not lying. He's like that. He's a charming guy with an objective, you know, with a target. And suddenly, the situations make them to transform his behavior into something that there's a moment that not even him himself controls the situation. It get out of his hand, and yeah, those completely different poles in the same equation are the funniest thing about Tedeschi. But working with Michael, I didn't know him. I met him through this Zoom meeting that we made. I was in Madrid. Hey, we want you to come here. And I was like, who are you? And we made this Zoom, and I just love him just in that Zoom. I think he's so passionate about his work, and he's so respectful when he's in the set, and he always wants to hear what you have to say in terms of how you approach the situation of the scene, and the things that you try to build up in terms of how we're going to create this character, the energy of the scene, everything. He's so supportive, and it's very, very, very comfortable to work with Michael. There's one thing that I love, which is the fact that when Father Tedeschi talks, the most of the time there are like two lines in the same sentence. You know, there's a sentence that you say, but you can, I think you can find like two different meanings. You know, the good meaning and the bad meaning, and playing with that to leave this character in that narrow string, you know, at the top of that mountain, you know, find the balance between those two meanings at the same time. It's been a challenge, but it's been so fun. Well, that's the game. That's the game, you know, to make the audience to ask themselves like, why is that? So you give you get the attention of the audience. If you tell everything to the audience from the very beginning, and you are literal when you just talk, it's kind of easy for the audience. And the audience, luckily nowadays, is so clever and so smart, and they love to be challenged. And I think that you know, the work that we've been trying to do all together here, you know, forces the audience to be asking themselves like, why is that? I need to know more about these things. For me, it's like when, you know, it's when you finish something and you just want to stand up and say yes, you know, something like that. It's like it's like a punch up, you know. That was for me the end of the script. Actually, I was thinking like, and now what? And now what? You know, and this, what's gonna happen? But it's no, we leave it here. No, we leave it there. It's like, and now you decide in your mind what should happen after this, you know. I have to say that I don't like horror movies. I don't like to watch horror movies. Actually, I was talking to Francesca, the stylist, amazing work. She's done amazing work, and we were talking about how much fun we had doing a horror movie, which is some kind of crazy, you know. But the main thing for me is this movie is not just a horror movie. So I think it's going to fit perfectly in the world of horror movies. But at the same time, you can find many, many, many things in the movie that can take you out of that kind of compact world of the horror movies, that I think that made the movie much more interesting. What I think is great. The image that they're gonna see, you know, Elijah is the DOP is doing an amazing job. I think the image is so beautiful. You can feel perfectly we're in Italy, and it's not false. You're gonna feel the real Italy in the colors, in the sets that Adam has created as well in an amazing way. I think that if you connect all those ingredients in terms of image, an image that I consider very, very beautiful, with the contrast of the horror movie, you know, this beautiness with the horror movie, and the performance of my colleagues in front of the camera that are doing an amazing job. I think you can be very well transported into this kind of a special world that we've created here, in this movie, walking, holding Michael Mohan's hand. You know, I think it's such a beautiful project. Even though it's a horror movie, it's a beautiful project. Well, of course, the people around is so amazing. We've got a wonderful crew. Um, and my mates, you know, the actors and actresses that I've been so lucky to work with. Of course, with Sydney, of course, especially with Sydney, because the most of what I had to perform it was with her. But all the rest have been doing such an amazing work. I was so lucky because I was learning every day that I was coming to the set to work with them. Yeah, it's been such a wonderful experience. Yeah, because you know why? You know, I normally I don't like horror movie because for me there's some kind of horror that is not justified for me. It's just horror. You know, we're gonna scare you. But here in this movie, everything that happens sometimes is so terrifying. It's justified, which is even worse.